There's a kind of grief we don't talk about enough. A grief that often gets brushed aside, minimized, or quietly ignored. It's the grief of losing a pet. I'm not a pet owner myself, but I've witnessed the depth of pain that people go through when they lose an animal that they loved. And what I've noticed is this: the pain is real, but the support often isn't. When someone loses a pet, it's acknowledged maybe once. People might say, "I'm sorry for your loss." And maybe they ask how you're doing, maybe once. And then the world goes on. But the grief doesn't. And for many people, a pet isn't just an animal. They're a constant presence. They're there in the quiet moments, the lonely moments, the routines of daily life. They're there when no one else is. They don't judge, they don't leave, and they always show up. So when they're gone, it's not just the loss of a pet. It's the loss of a companion, of unconditional connection. And that kind of loss doesn't just go away overnight. And what makes it even harder is how the grief is sometimes minimized. I've heard people say, well, it was just a cat, or it was just a dog, and you can actually get another one if you want to. But grief doesn't work that way. You don't replace love. You don't replace years of shared life, of that pet being there beside you, perhaps sleeping on your bed, cuddling up to you when nobody else is. For some people, their pet was a major part of their life. It was there through many different things, maybe times of depression, grief, loneliness. That animal has sometimes been the reason that they got out of bed in the morning, their reason to keep going. So when that pet is gone, the absence is everywhere. It's in the house. It's in the habits that no longer have to happen. And months, even years later, something will happen. And that person will be reminded of their beloved pet. Maybe it's a little sound, a time of day when they normally did something special with their pet, or a little spot on the couch that they see. And the missing comes back. And not because they're weak, and not because they're stuck, but because love for your pet doesn't just expire. If you're someone grieving a pet, I want you to hear this clearly. Your grief is valid. Your timeline is limitless. And missing your pet and grieving doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're healing. And it means what you shared with your pet really mattered. And if you're someone watching this who hasn't experienced this kind of loss, but knows of someone who has, please remember this. Just because the world has moved on, it doesn't mean that they've moved on. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is mention their pet. Talk about it. Don't let it be something that almost never existed. Because being remembered is so comforting, and being allowed to grieve without judgment is proper healing. Grief does not need to be rushed. It needs to be understood. To anyone who's lost a pet and still feels that quiet ache, feels alone, your feelings matter. If this message resonated with you, please like this video and perhaps share it with others who may have lost a pet, even if it was some time ago. Why not subscribe to my channel and we can have more honest conversations about loss, healing, and empathy. And please feel free to share your pet's name and your story in the comments. I'd love to read them. Until next time, big hugs to you. Bye for now.